Yedeklitzak yuchatoasak, Jakna ayachat, Shangu kwedi ayachat, Kaudli hit ayachat, Plukachadi yadi ayachat, Jilkat kwan ayachat. I've just introduced myself in my Tlingit language, and my name is Yedeklitzak. It's an ancient name, and the meaning has been lost. My ceremonial name is Kahani, and it means woman who stands in the place of a man. I am an eagle from the Thunderbird clan, and also from the house lowered from the sun in Klukwan. And I'm very proud to be a child of the Sakai clan. As you could see from my clan affiliation, my house membership, we have a very strong relationship to our land and to our wildlife. And so the beings that I have identified are really my ancestors. I am descended from an eagle and from the thunderbird. I'm closely related to the Sakai. So we are people of the land, and we are one with our land. In the Western world, I'm Rosita Worl. I serve as president of the Sealaska Heritage Institute. The Institute was created by Sealaska Corporation, and our mission is to perpetuate and enhance the cultures of southeastern Alaska, the Tlingit, the Haida, and the Tsimshian. The Native people of southeastern Alaska will begin every address by saying, "We have lived here since time immemorial." And we know from our scientific evidence that that time immemorial translates into 10,000 years. So we have a strong attachment to this land. Moreover, we have very strong concepts of property ownership. I know that there's a very stereotypic view that Native people don't own land. Quite the contrary in southeastern Alaska, where Native people developed strong ownerships of land. And when the Westerners first arrived, they had to secure the permission of Native people to even use the land. And so we have protected our land right from the beginning. When Russia sold Alaska to the United States, we laughed and said, this land is ours. If you want to buy it from its rightful owner, then you have to deal with us. And so we were very surprised, when Westerners assumed that they had ownership of our land. We ended up having to go to the Court of Claims and then ultimately to Congress to prove the ownership of our land. And the United States government, through its courts and through Congress, recognized that Alaska Native people, including the people of southeastern Alaska, indeed have ownership rights to this land. In 1968, we received our first judicial settlement. It paid us over $7 million for only parts of our land, but yet we had a couple of million of acres that yet we hadn't resolved ownership of that land. So we joined with the rest of Alaska Natives when they started to pursue their land claim settlement through Congress, and ultimately that resulted in the enactment of the Alaska Native Land Claim Settlement Act in 1971. I have to say that we in Southeast were very excited about this. People were talking about this as the largest land claim settlement that any indigenous group had ever secured in the United States. It was the largest land settlement. It was the largest monetary settlement. But when we went back and we started to study, actually what had happened, we found that there were many flaws in ANCSA itself. And one of the gravest injustices that we see here in Southeast is that 5 of our communities were not included in the Alaska Native Land Claim Settlement Act. So that's an injustice that we in Southeast perceive, and we have been working on ways to secure that just settlement for those 5 communities of Haines, my Aboriginal homeland in the Chilkat area, Petersburg, Wrangell, Ketchikan, as well as Teneke. Those are the major communities that did not receive title. The general perception and the general assumption is that we want land for economic reasons. That's a legitimate reason to want land and to seek settlement of this land claims. But it's more than just economics. It's more than just a financial compensation for the takings of our lands. It means, you know, it fulfills our need and our desire to be one with the land. I mean, we always teach our children. I teach my grandchildren, whose land is this? And I teach them to say, Ha'ani, it's our land. This is our land. We belong to this land, and this land belongs to us. We have a lot to offer from our cultural values and our relationship to the land. And I think we need to have that opportunity to really, you know, move that forward.